Hi guys, I Aziz welcome you to CoedMaster, and in this video I am going to talk about HashMap. In this video I will explain what is HashMap, how it actually works, what are the features of HashMap, and what are the most common methods that we can call on HashMap. So make sure to watch this video till the end. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Alright guys, so let's begin this video with the very first question, that is, what is HashMap? So guys, HashMap is a collection of key value pairs, as simple as that. In other words, we can also say that HashMap is a linear data structure that allows us to store key value pair. So let's understand HashMap with this example. So here I have 10, 11 and 12, and we have apple, orange and banana. Now here 10, 11 and 12 is acting as a key, and apple, orange and banana is acting as a value. So there is a key 10 that is associated with a value apple, and there is a key that is 11 and that is associated with a value orange, and so on and so forth. So guys, HashMap works exactly like dictionary. So what do we do when we want to search any definition of any word in a dictionary? We merely go to the word and then we get the definition of that word. So in context to dictionary, our word is acting as a key and definition is acting as a value. So whenever we have this type of scenarios where we want to store or associate key with a value, in that case, we use this type of data structure, that is HashMap. So I hope now you understand what is HashMap, so that we can move to the next section where we talk about how HashMap actually works. Well, in Java collections framework, HashMap is implemented internally using hashing and hash table. Now, for those who don't know about hashing and hash table, I have created a separate video on hashing and hash table. If you have not watched that video, then I highly recommend to watch that video. Come back here and continue watching that video. You will find the link of that video by clicking on the I button, or you can find the video in the current playlist. Now back on the video. Now let's understand how HashMap actually works. So we have key as 10, 11, 12, and we have value apple, orange and banana. Now what happens, let's say we want to add this key value pair in a hash table. So when we provide this key and value to hash table, it simply compute the hash of a key. So right now the key is 10. So for example, the hash function is computing hash using modulo with 10. So when it does 10 modulo 10, we get 0. So this means the value apple must be stored at position 0. And the underlying data structure that is used by hash table is array. So it's going to store value of apple at index 0. Okay. And apple, orange and banana are the objects, right? Because all the collection classes works only on non-primitive data types. So we have a heap, and on this heap there are objects. So the reference of object apple is stored at position 0. And we can do this in a big of one time, because hash table provides constant time of search, insert and delete operation. Similarly, if you want to add 11 and orange, it's going to compute the hash of 11. It comes out to be 1. So the reference of orange object must be stored at position 1. Similarly for banana also. So because of the array data structure that map internally uses, we have support of random access. Why? Because the array stores all the references in a contiguous memory location. Now next, if you want to get a value that is associated with a key 11, then again we have to do modulus with 10. It gives us 1, and then we can simply go at index 1 to get the reference of the object. And here we get the reference of orange object, and we can perform this operation in theta of 1 constant time. Similarly, if you want to remove any value that is associated with a key 12, we first compute the modulo of 12 with 10, it gives us 2, and then we can directly go at index 2 to remove the reference of banana, and we can do this operation in theta of 1 constant time. So overall, the HashMap provides us a big of one time complexity of add, search and remove operations. So because of these fastest nature of hash table, it is used extensively in the industry. Now moving on. So basically hash table internally uses array with initial capacity of 16 and the load factor of 0.05. And this is the specification that are given in Java documentation. So what does it mean by initial capacity and load factor? So when you create a new instance of HashMap, it's going to reserve space for 16 items initially. So basically it's going to pre-allocate space for 16 items. Okay. Then what is the role of load factor here? So here load factor defines how full a HashMap can be before it resized itself. So as we know from previous video of ArrayList internally grows in size if size reaches to capacity. So for example, if the capacity of array is 10 and we have inserted 10 elements to array, at that position it's going to resize itself and make it really big. And the same concept is applied to HashMap also. But here HashMap is not going to wait to get itself full. Whereas when the HashMap is full up to 75%, at that moment it's going to resize itself. So this is where load factor comes into picture. So here the value of load factor is 0.75. This means once the 75% of HashMap or array is full, it's going to resize itself internally. So this property of HashMap makes it growable in size. So we do not have to worry about the size of the HashMap. We can insert as many key value pair as we want. So now I hope that you have good understanding of HashMap and how HashMap actually works. Now let's move on and see some of the most important features of HashMap. So the first feature of the HashMap is fast access time. So as we know that HashMap internally uses array data structure and hashing, that is why it provides big of one-time complexity of search, insert and delete operation. Okay. Now next move on to the next feature, that is only unique keys are allowed in HashMap. So we cannot enter duplicate keys in the HashMap because it only allows unique keys to be inserted. Now what about the null keys? So in case of null keys, HashMap only allow one key to be inserted in the HashMap, but it allows multiple null values to be inserted in the HashMap. So we can only insert the one null key, but we can insert the multiple null values into the HashMap. Now next is what about the order of the elements? So here HashMap does not make any guarantee of the order of the key value pairs. So when we traverse key value pairs of HashMap, we may get the key value pair in random order. Now what about the duplicate values? So in HashMap, duplicate values are allowed, but duplicate keys are not allowed. And this is same as this feature, that only unique keys are allowed in HashMap. So these are the few important features of HashMap that you must be aware of. Now let's move on and see some of the most commonly used method that we can call on HashMap. So the first method is put method. So put method is used to put association of key value pair into the HashMap. Now next is get method. Get method is used to get the value associated with the specified key. Next is empty. Empty method is used to check if the HashMap is empty or not. The next one is remove method. So remove method is used to remove the value that is associated with the specified key. Now the contains method is used to check whether the given key is present in HashMap or not. Similarly, contains value method is used to check whether the given value is present in HashMap or not. So if the specified key is present in the HashMap, then this method is used to replace the value that is associated with the specified key. Now the size method is used to find number of elements in the HashMap. Now keyset method is used to get the set view of all the keys that are present in HashMap. Similarly, a values method is used to get the set view of values that are present in HashMap. The next method is entry set is used to get the set view of all the key value pair that are present in HashMap. Now the next method is get or default. So get or default method is used to get the value that is associated with this key. And if this key is not present in the HashMap, it simply returns the default value that are specified in this method. Okay. And the last method is clear method. So clear method is used to clear all the key value pair present in the HashMap. So these are all the methods that are most commonly used method of HashMap. So I hope guys by now you understand what is HashMap, how HashMap actually works, what are the features of HashMap, and what are the most commonly used method of HashMap. Now in next video we will see hands-on demo of all the methods that we have discussed. So this is all from my side. So if you have learned something valuable from this video, then hit the like button in order to make YouTube algorithm happy. Please subscribe to the channel and don't forget to click the bell icon so my friend you never miss any upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.